the 2021 edition of the Love FM DBS Habitat Fair. Put Love in Shire FM in there somewhere and you don't be mistaken at all. I'm excited because we get to help people who have not made up their mind to start building. We're going to conscientize them. We're going to give them the right information that's going to encourage them. I won't say compel, but encourage them to start something. Now, I know that maybe you are scared. You've been saying to yourself for a while now, how do I get a litigation-free land? Well, your worries and that question will be answered for you during this year's edition of the Love FM Insure FM DBS Habitat Fair. How about you? All right, so you completed your structure. You want to move in by Christmas, and you want to have the finest of decors in there. You're asking, where can you go to and get all the best of decors at the right price? You know what? It's also going to be there at the Habitat Fair. For those of you who want to see current modern technology that is being used to put up structures or buildings, well, again, we have the experts there. You are like me. You don't have the money. Don't worry. We have some financial institutions who will be making themselves available to support you financially to be able to put up that dream home of yours. Listen, you work and you are fortunate. You are paid at the end of the month. But you hang out with friends Friday, Saturday, Sundays, and of course on holidays, and you spend. You can buy one whole pig, roast, buy drinks in addition, you chill. Well, chilling is good. But have you thought about the future, where to lay your head? There are people who have lived certain lives, and then at one point in time in their lives, they realize that, listen, it's about time that I begin something. Unfortunately for them, sometimes it is too late. So they hit the pension age, go on pension, and they have not even completed their structure. Listen, this is the Love FM Insure FM DBS Habitat Fair. It has everything to do with housing. Be a part of it. Listen, you have not even thought of buying a land. Don't worry, pass through. Engage with the experts that we're going to assemble, and at the end of the 3-day event, your dreams will begin. This afternoon in the studios of Love 99.5, I have the finest brains who are going to give you all the necessary information as to what you do to be able to own your own property. But let me start off with this fancy guy. His name is Eric Inkum. And hey, Eric, now ring anyway. You're back on Eric, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, David. I don't know why you call me a fancy guy.
You're fancy, yeah?
No, it's half. 50 fancy, 50 Ashanti.
Because you got married to an Ashanti woman?
No, my wife is an Ewe.
Oh, she's an Ewe? Oh, okay. We'll talk about all that later.
We'll talk about it.
But Charlie, how many more days to go for the Love FM?
Dave, 2 weeks more. 2 weeks more.
2 weeks to go.
Yeah, 2 weeks more.
And it's happening this time around at the Kumasi City Mall.
Sure.
Between the 26th and the 28th of this month.
Sure.
All right, so yourself, how excited are you knowing that you're inching closer to the event?
In fact, I'm so excited. You started saying so many things that, in fact, some of us never had the opportunity to hear this. Because at first, we thought that putting up a building takes so many things before you can do it. You can do that. You need to get huge sums of money before you can start. But from what you started saying, it means that with the little amount I have, I can start something. With a little amount I have, I can start getting a land by paying it in installments. So there's this flexibility when it comes to acquiring a land. That is when you attach yourself to the 2021 Love FM's DBS Habitat Fair. It's going to be exciting. Personally, I've started saving some money. So before I came in here, I was speaking to the managers of DBS, and she has assured me that by the time we are done with this Habitat Fair, I'll get roofing sheets.
For free?
Not for free.
Okay.
But you see, there's that flexibility. But my free, but I don't know cheap. So free.
Dave. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
If somebody should decide to give you free roofing sheets right now, will you say why for?
I'll start questioning why.
Because you said there's nothing like free lunch, so it will come. It will definitely come with some commitment.
I see. So it's on the 26th. It's going to end on the 28th.
28th.
And we'll be telling our listeners much more as to what to expect from us.
Sure.
But listen, one of the reasons why you don't have to miss this afternoon's conversation has to do with some packages, some promotions that some of the exhibitors, are running. and they'll be here themselves to tell you much more about it. All right, they'll be here to tell you much more about it. But Eric takes leave of us at least for the next 30 minutes or so, where I get to rope into the conversation and welcome Frank Abwajide Nyanza. He's into real estate. He is the CEO of Danny Weiss Real Estate, and he is right here. All right, so Frank, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good by God's grace.
Well,
Yourself?
thank God. I'm well. And we also have our boss with us, Professor Ahaji. He's the head of Settlement Studies here at University.
That's right.
And Prof is also with us in the Studios of Love 99.5. Prof, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Trust you're well.
Yeah, good. And how about you?
I'm well.
Yeah.
So last week we began our conversation,
Yeah.
and we're talking about the housing deficit.
Yeah.
You know, I was mentioning 3.5 million housing deficit and stuff like that, but you are the person on the ground. How bad is the deficit in terms of the housing in this country?
Yeah, I think you let's say, first of all, good afternoon to your listeners. You are right partly in the sense that, we used to have this 2 million figure, but that was for the 2010 census. And that is why the estimation was that we should be building about 200,000 houses every year for the next 10 years. So we were expected about by 2020 we should have actually cleared that deficit of 2 million. So it means that the 2 million is no more valid. So you are right in now saying that where we are now, one literature is putting it at 3.5, as you said, but there's another literature also suggesting that it's around 5 million. So I tend to look at the average of the two and say that then the deficit will be running closely more than 4 million.
Closer to 4 million.
Because of the backlog, because we say we need to deliver 200,000 houses every year to meet it in 2020. And as you know, we were not meeting the target, because there are even some years that perhaps the whole country put out about 20,000 houses, or I don't even think 20,000 houses is something, maybe 5,000. So it means that over the years there's a huge backlog,
and unfortunately, government hasn't done much about it. In as much as they make promises, they have not really kept, and many people live in very bad conditions.
Yes.
But tell me this: how come many Ghanaians are unable to put up their own houses anyway?
Well, of course, there is all a matter of economy. That's why they say urban economics, and housing is a commodity in one sense. Although from the government side, we want to look at the social aspect of it. And as for the economic situation, and especially low income of many people, that is actually the main reason why people are not able to.
But if you say low income, the economic situation has not got to do with what you intend to put up and the strategy you map up in putting up the building. Isn't that what is most important?
No, you see, housing is actually one of the major decisions that a family will have to make in their lifetime.
Especially a man.
Yeah,
especially a man.
I would say a family, because I'll be coming to that in relation to you. And you see, based on the data, your income level is such that when you spend on housing, you should have some for household activities.
For the upkeep of the home.
For the upkeep of the home. And unfortunately for our situation, based on our low income, you find out that most people are spending. If you want to build, then you are going to spend more, and then what you have to use in keeping the house becomes a problem.
But the same people, Prof, and I will be saying each and every time we get the opportunity, these same people spend so much unnecessarily on other things.
No, you are looking at maybe the few 5 to 10% who are able to do what the Americans would even say they are overhoused. They are able to build mansions.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about young people who would rather want to spend on stuff like pizza, stuff like kebabs, like drinks, they spend on things that if they had hitherto saved, could have gone into helping them acquire and put up their own structures or buildings.
Well, but if you look at it that way, that would be a bit problematic, because you are looking at the economy in totality, you see, and what you say they are spending on are also the necessities of life. So it's a matter of balancing, as you are saying.
Exactly. Having the right strategy and doing the right balance.
So it doesn't necessarily mean that because the person is consuming pizza, that is why he has not been able to.
If you buy a pizza for a lady
yeah.
twice a week,
yes.
and one pizza is like 50 cedis, roughly, twice a week you buy pizza. You and your guys hang out on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You chew whatever and drink whatever, and you spend so much on that every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, every Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If we put it together within a space of 3 months, it is huge money. Money that could rather have been channeled into another thing. Don't you agree?
See, what will happen is that that kind of money, we are going to a huge investment like housing. It will just start a minor percentage, and unfortunately, you won't complete the housing. Maybe it's going to take about 1 or 2 years to finish. So that money is going to go into what we call lockdown, and you won't get the benefit.
Are you saying that we're going to complete the house in 2 years or 3 years? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, basically, but
because I'm thinking that you should have a long-term plan. So I'm going to complete the house in, let's say, 5 years, or let's say in 7 years, and then you work towards it. So every 6 months, go and take something. And then you can pay for some cement, maybe you have credited or something. What do you think? I'm thinking that with the right strategy in mind and with the right approach, we can be able to put out something for ourselves.
Well, what you are saying might be valid when you have the foundation, and it will be based on advice as you get as well to be able to plan. But at the end of the day, you have other household expenses that you have to meet. You see, that's the bottom line of the whole issue. So every family will want to balance against that, and that is where the crux of the matter is.
Okay.
So I think maybe that is why.
Maybe you're pushing me to tell you something.
You have the.
You're pushing me to say something. I'm speaking from experience. I'm speaking based on experience.
Yeah.
Things that I witnessed before, and I say to myself sometimes, if I had known, things would have been far different from there right now. But you talk about advice.
Yeah.
Are people getting the right advice?
I think that is where the problem is in our environment. And you said he's a real estate agent,
developer. Yes.
Yeah. So
West.
Unfortunately, the industry is not very much developed in our system, and they are not the people who are leading the housing industry when it comes to the transactions. And so based on that, we have got limited information. The information might be there, but it's limited, and people don't know where to get it. And so. Because many people do not have the information and where to get it, and also you don't have a housing registry where you can just go and say I want to get information, then it means that many of the issues that people should be able to fall on to take the decisions that we are talking about, they don't even have it.
But do we as individuals have that interest? Do we have that desire that, listen, I'm looking for this? Because we cannot say entirely that the information does not exist. Maybe it's few or less.
Yeah, that's what.
But if we have the right mindset that this is what we want, we'll make waves and reach it. That's what I'm thinking.
Yes. So then that's what I'm saying, that the information is limited in itself, and also where to get the information
is another challenge. And that's whether we ourselves are also ready for that information.
Yes, and that's why from where you are coming from now, the Habitat Fair is opening up that environment for people to get to know.
Yeah.
Which I'm very happy about, because if you allow me to just, when you look at housing as a commodity, it's different from the other commodities that we in terms of those who are economists will say this elastic supply issue does not come into housing. So we say housing is heterogeneous in the sense that it comes with a bundle of services. What might interest you in a house will be different from me, and with neighborhood choice. The same house, but where you want your location is different. You see, there are issues of durability, because a house can take about 100 years. So when you are making a decision about the house, it's a long-term issue for a family. You see, and then when it comes to moving, you see, moving is costly. That is why people stay at one place for a very long time. These are major decisions that comes with a lot of emotions. But unfortunately, you just mentioned a man, and I'm coming to that. When it comes to housing decision, the men, especially in our part of the world, will normally take the lead. But when men go into negotiations, they go normally with status and exchange. Women will think differently. So this is a situation where the house is for a family, but the man is taking the decision, the woman is not aware. You see, so what it means is that we are taking a decision for the family, but one part of the family and the children are not aware. And so what you are doing now with the Habitat Fair is giving the opportunity for families to be able to meet and go to one place and see the type of house that they need. So that whilst the man is talking about status and exchange, the woman is talking about how to keep values and properties in the house, you know, and all those ideas have to be balanced before you finally do what? Attempt to go into buying a house or maybe owning a house. And with that, that's why I'm happy that with your Habitat Fair, it means you are giving the opportunity to families to be able to now take the decision from an emotional perspective as a family before they own a house.
Well, the DBS, company is our main sponsor, and the beautiful thing is that they have a promotion ongoing. They call it Bosu Mami Free, Bosu Free promotion, and we'll be telling you about the Bosu Free promotion that they are running. Erasmus, let me come to you and ask, why does it seem so far for many when it comes to putting up a house? Because, again, forgive me, Prof, but I'm thinking that with the right strategy and the right plan in place, it should not be far-fetched. So why does it seem that far for some people?
Well, you talk about eating pizza and all that. That also provides a certain psychological angle to life. And it's very necessary.
Too much of everything is bad.
The Westerners call it vacation. Socializing. It's part of life. So in Ghana, you need to get some Nijessica. But I think that there should be a balance where you can sacrifice certain things for the future gain. I think it looks so far-fetched for many people because at a young age, when you're getting money, if you don't take care, you misuse it because you're not thinking ahead. Say 20 years from now, I will have a family and rent is going up this area, and so I need to position myself well in this area. Few people at that young age, 21 up to 25, think about housing. But if you're able to think maturely at that particular point, then you are lucky, and it starts right from there. So I think the income that Prof talks about plays a major role, because if you're looking at your salary to plan, or if I'm earning 500 cedis, I'm not thinking about housing. I'm thinking about the necessities of life. How will my family take me in the next meal? That's my preoccupation. How will I get clothing for my kids?
But again, there are many people out there who are getting more than the 500. There are many who are getting above 2,005 or 3,000.
Yeah, I'm thinking about.
And yet they are not thinking about that.
I'm thinking about the people at the low income level as well, because we all think the same. Whether you take 500 or 300, you're thinking about the ultimate goal: getting a house for your family, not renting anymore. And mind you, there are people who are earning like 500, but they've been able to secure a piece of land. And I have heard very fantastic stories about how people have planned that, okay, if I try to get land closer to the city, it's more expensive. So let me go very far. So they've gone far out of the city, and they've been able to get very, very cheap but very good lands. They bought it, started developing a small. They get some even use their own manpower. So if I get somebody to dig the foundation for me, I'll be able to use the pickers to do it myself and all that with the supervision of somebody. And they've been able to put up some houses for...
And I like that point, because we as Ghanaians, we our lifestyle. So maybe you're living in a chamber and hall, but you have some, money, some, increase in salary, then you want to look for a 2-bedroom apartment. Instead of this sacrificing and, for example, saying that I'm going to live in that same chamber and hall, but use that extra income, that extra, additional money that has been added to my salary to do something else. So it has to do with, like I was asking Prof, having the right people to engage with and to advise you as to how to go about things.
Exactly.
And those are the kinds of people you'll be meeting when you come over to the Love FM, Inshira FM, Habitat Fair.
And like I said previously, I learned through the Habitat Fair over the years. You go there and you speak to a number of people and you realize that what really seems so far from you or very expensive, it's not as it is. And that there are inroads that you can take or make to really get to where you want to go.
Most definitely.
And so I think it's a one-stop shop for thinking housing.
Frank, you've been with us from the very beginning of the Love FM Habitat Fair. How would you describe the experience?
Okay, let me say good afternoon to your listeners. I think it has been good. I remember the last engagement we had, I was emphatic that it's been successful, looking at the number of people who come there to exhibit. I mean, the companies, the input suppliers, the contractors, all these people also get their fair share. And I think that Asanteman obviously has embraced it, and it's good you are doing it year by year. And I believe that with time you will get most of your target group. I mean, if it's the young guy, because from what you've been preaching all this while, you still want to encourage
the young ones especially,
to make it a habit of putting something down to own a house. And I think that is good.
It breaks my heart when I see a young person go for a loan and then buy a posh car.
Yeah,
and this person doesn't own a parcel of land, and this person is living in an apartment, rented. And I'm like, why would you go for this huge sum and buy a posh car?
It's a decision taking. You see, most of them need. That's why sometimes education is very important. Most of them need to be whipped in line. They need to be talked to. They need to listen or hear people talk about housing and make it. Housing, like I said, it has to be a priority, whether for government or individual. If it's not a priority, you can't do it. And that is where it has to start from. Even though it's part of lifestyle or whatever, you need to set your mind straight that you want to do it. If government wants to help Ghanaians by going into affordable housing, they can do it. Other countries are doing it. Egypt, within the past 4 years, has built millions of units of houses. So how come we can't do it? If individuals want to start small, like I said, don't be in a rush. Start small. Gradually, just go for the land for loan system or the land bank system, where you take the land, you pay in bits over some number of years. Don't be in a rush. After you've finished paying that one, you start engage either the finance institution for a proper mortgage package or an estate developer for a proper mortgage package. And most of them, they are available. So it just has to be, the education has to be out there for people to now get the interest that they want to start something. And I believe that those days, when Prof and Co were advising some of us, because of the program we did, we knew definitely that when you are out of this particular program, you come out to do ABC, and then you have it as a priority. But the others who did humanitarian programs and from the other setting, they don't have that idea. And maybe parenthood would also have to come in, because you live with your dad in the same house. There has to be a certain advice to you as a young man growing up to be able to be independent and try and own something for yourself. If those things don't come in, people feel that the lands belonging to their parents are the lands that they are going to inherit. So they themselves, they don't feel like even buying or even asking for the price of a land anywhere. And that is where the problem is.
Nana Janto is also with us in the studio, so let me quickly rope him in. But the theme for this year's, Love FM, Insura FM, Habitat Fair, sponsored by DBS, is home ownership to buy or to build. Home ownership to buy or to build. Nana, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So where do you stand on this debate? To buy or to build?
No, we need to build.
You need to build. You don't want to buy.
It depends on your capacity and your value. But if you are somebody who is in the middle class, obviously, especially in this country, unless you are a thief, you will naturally want to start from somewhere. But you cannot tell me that Nana Jantua can have $3 million like what we've heard of people, how they're able to buy a piece of property for $3 million. It's not possible. But if you're a middle class or somebody who is starting life, obviously you can start somewhere. You give yourself a certain period, and it becomes more natural.
Would you say it's also possible that many have not thought about owning their own properties because of the kind of things they hear people say? Because people make it seem and sound as if challenge edding. Untimi cement board to say now iron rods, and people say things that deter people and make people think that, well, we can't build. Am I right in saying that?
Well, it is true, but you have to understand the conditions. For example, a family man with 2 or 3 kids, you should understand the kind of demand. So if the person is being paid, let's say 2,000 or 3,000 a month, you look at the kind of expenditures. and vis-a-vis the kind of disposable income, you should know that it becomes very difficult for you to say, I want to build. Because this is where you have to get at least 15,000 or maybe 20,000 to buy a plot of land. You have to calculate how many years you need to, pull in monies to get to that level.
Isn't that why we have financial institutions that are ready to help people who want to, buy land? And some of these financial institutions will be at the Habitat Fair.
That's the difference. That's why we are doing this. The difference is that at least they trust multimedia, and that's why we are pulling them. Maybe as an individual, when you go there, they cannot trust you. That's the difference. We do not have the luxury of trust, because you want to, get a certain amount, but you do not even trust yourself that you'll be able to do that repay. Obviously, Habitat Fair will give you that opportunity and trust for you to take advantage, because we all are building, but you need to learn even where to buy the land, and you need to understand even the soil type. You just don't go anywhere and decide to say that, look, I am building, or there's a plot of land here and everybody is buying. That is why you need to come there, because if you come in there, we would educate you on the kind of the place and even the content, everything that you need to know before you decide to pull up money to buy a land. Because there are certain places that you will cry for the rest of your life. We have reported incidents of flooding and many unfortunate incidents. People go there, especially. It is the right time, especially we are in the dry season. We are getting towards the dry season. That's why if you are not very careful, somebody might give you a certain land that you think that, the land is okay. But after the dry season, then you experience the real nature of the land. And that's why it's very important that we are encouraging you. At least my professors are here. They taught us. They lectured us. They've given us what we need to do in order to get yourself a respectable home that you can, at least you and your family can be in. But it's very important that you come take advantage, learn a lot from expert developers, people who are in the industry. And the good thing about it is you are able to get things at a reduced rate. You understand? Which will not naturally happen, because you have to spend enough to roof. But once you are at the Habitat Fair, you can get a discounted amount to enjoy all these stuff. You need to be at the Habitat Fair. And that's the reason why we are encouraging people to come. We will study, we'll be engaging with the expert. So you have to be there, because I am building, you have to also build. And you need to ensure that you build at the right time. And when you are in that, you will not call David that, David, look, my house is being flooded.
Let me come to you again. And I remember me asking the same question of you last week, but somebody might have missed that conversation. Tell people about the benefits of being at the Habitat Fair, especially when it comes to litigation freelance, because you buy a parcel of land. What bread? How do you identify a litigation freelance?
Dave, thank you. Okay, so let me start this way. Once you have seen a land that you are interested in, I have said that the first thing you should go for is a site plan, okay, of the layout of that particular area. From either the surveyor, or if it's the chief, then the chief would also have a surveyor. If it's an individual, the individual who is selling it to you definitely has a site plan. Then you take the site plan to the Lands Commission and conduct a search. The search I mentioned costs, variation between 150 to 300 Ghana cedis, depending on who you go and meet there. It will take almost 3 days to 5 days. That is better to wait than to waste money or probably pay money, in a haste and lose your money because the land might be for someone else. So the search will come out. If it comes out as a freehold interest, means the land does not belong to anyone, it is the bona fide property of the chief, then you can go ahead and negotiate even that one without money, because you present your name to the chief. There has to be an allocation paper from the chief. And I mentioned last week that an indenture is not a document that is accepted by law in any court in this country. So if somebody engages with you, like the families do, that they'll go for the allocation later. So take an indenture and give me the money. The indenture is something like an agreement paper between two parties that is signed by somebody we call the Commissioner of Oath. So then they will put some red seal on it and say that it is a document that is accepted by the court or whatever. But trust me, the only accepted document is the allocation paper here in Ashanti region. Those in Accra who have family system, Cape Coast, Takrade, there can be an indenture because once that agreement is done, they have to meet the whole family and agree on the sale before an allocation will be given. It is the allocation that is step one. Then you move from the allocation to the lease processing proper, where you have to register the land like you're registering your vehicle at DVLA. So when the Nyansa owns vehicle 1 and sells it to David, and David is selling to Nana Jantua, when Nana Jantua goes, you know that previously the vehicle belonged to the Nyansa. And this particular year it came to David, and I'm the third owner. That is the lease. With the lease, there's a chronology from 1 to 2 to 3. So you know who owns it before you are getting it.
So, and all this, will be available for you within the 3 days of the Love FM Habitat Fair. We can tell you all here. Even if you have documentation, and let's say there's some litigation on it, and you want to know whether maybe you are the right owner and somebody else. If you bring your documents out, people like Frank Abaji Dinyansa and others will speak to you and they would help you. Yeah. We have some of the sponsors we'll be speaking to shortly. But
and Dave, quick one. I mean, let me just put some education here. Mostly residential leases have 99 years. And we have commercial leases, which are 50 years. Depending on, but for a doom, if you have a foreigner partnering a local person, 30 years. Depending on the negotiation, how it go with you and the chiefs. So let's put it that if Nana Jantua has bought a land and has a lease on it, which is 99 years, and has used the land for 10 years, the unexpired term on Nana Jantua's land is 89 years. If I go to buy the land from Nana Jantua, I'm not going to get the 99 years.
No, you don't.
Yes, I'm getting the unexpired term of Nana Jantua. And people have to be clear because when the lease expires, then they go fighting the chiefs. There are certain education that you don't know because you are buying a land that has already been registered. But if it's an allocation, then it starts from ground zero. On the date of the allocation, that is when the 99 years starts.
And like I said, we have more for you during this year's edition of the Love FM, Insura FM Habitat Fair, sponsored by DBS as our headline sponsor. Now, you are young.
Yeah.
Speak to the young people out there who still, for whatever reason, think that they are not ready yet. Time is not up yet. I know people who waited, and by the time they said, okay, let's start something, and they started, don't be too many naturally, retirement time now soon. Wow, retirement, the building too has not been completed. So sometimes they have to move in like that. It has a lot of stress. I want you to speak to young people who, for God's grace, have a job. They are working now. Speak to them as to why they ought to be a part of this year's edition of the Love FM Habitat Fair.
You need a housing mentorship, and you need a housing mentor. You need to connect to the right people. Sometimes your association determines your acceleration. So it depends on who you converse with. There are people, they will tell you that spend your time to do all those kind of stuff. At the end of the day, you will be spending and they will never spend. And so that is why it's important that you need to, somebody said the 33% rule. Have friends or people below you, 33%, equal to you, 33%, and above you, 33%. You need to always connect to those people who can change your life, who can connect and can tell you the life prowess. I remember when humble professor, his father was teaching us, Dr. Hazi. And he used to talk about my son, and we're all dying to see the sun. And this is the product, you understand? And I'm always happy. Yeah. So there are times when I meet him, I would want to ask him a question, what is happening? Yeah. So to the young guys, don't ever think that you are 28 and you are working at the bank and that is all. You have to plan your life. In the next 5 years, what happens? If you are 30 years, in the next 5 years, what would happen? Because, hey, the cement prices will never go down. Yeah. The iron rods will never go down. Begin. It is a matter of discipline. Some of us are not disciplined. If you become disciplined, you will do it. So I'm saying that get a housing mentor. somebody who can shape your mind into planning your future, other than just friends who will tell you to spend your money today and then you'll be struggling tomorrow.
Our headline sponsors are with us in the studios of Love 99.5. Beautifully dressed, and they just read what is inscribed on it. Bosu free promo.
I mean, one MP free.
I said Bosu free promo. So if a ball dance, I'm free now. I'm saying stay with us. We'll be right back. This is Love 99.5. Minutes to hit 3. You're still tuned into Love 99.5. We're having a conversation about the Habitat Fair. And we've got our main headline sponsors with us. They are from DBS. So, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I like your hair, though.
Thank you.
You look like that of Erastus. So good to have you guys with us in the studios, and I'm excited about the fact that you're headline sponsors, most especially when you have this promo written boldly in your T-shirts, Bosu Free promo. Tell us about it, Rose Pepra.
Bosu Free promotion is something DBS has been doing right from last year, and it's all about free installation. You will come to buy the materials, then 10% of the material cost is given to you for free. We just roof your building and we will not take any charge. The carpenter fee, DBS will absorb.
What about the TNT?
TNT.
Of the materials with the site?
Well, the TNT is borne by the customer.
It's borne by the customer, but the work done by the carpenter
yes.
and the other things are for free.
Yeah.
We're excited to have you as part of the Love FM, Habitat Fair. And I know that a lot of patrons will be there for the 3 days and they'll be, engaging with you. But can you tell us about the benefits, from this Bosu Free promotion that's being run?
Sure. Most of the time, people are sensitive to price and then money, paying money or giving out money for a work done. This Bosu Free, you get 10% off your material cost for yourself. It will be like a Christmas gift for you to buy the chicken and the Christmas goodies for your children
and of course the family.
Yes.
Now, I know that you have different materials. For example, you have the color link, plus roofing sheets and all that. Does this Bosu Free also, include all this?
The Bosu Free this time around we have expanded it. It covers even the alloy trusses.
You don't say.
We install the trusses for free.
Wow.
The ColorLink Plus, the Super, the Rainbow, all DBS products we now install for free, with the exception of the Euro tiles and the shingles.
Now, help me with some kind of education. Titino, you didn't about a dinosaur. Now, my father must be the trusses. Why should we go for trusses instead of the wood?
You should go for the trusses because it's a lightweight metal. We will install it and it helps your building to stand firm. It also contains some precision. It decides the direction of the wind, and it gives your building a firm stand on the ground. Sometimes some ground your building will be sinking small. When you use the wood, it installs some weight on the building. But the trusses is a lightweight metal. And then when we talk about fire, metals can stand fire, but wood cannot. We also pledge 100 years warranty.
100 years?
100
for the
years
trusses?
For the trusses.
Okay.
So it's good that everybody should go for the trusses.
And when it comes to the trusses, termites or ants and stuff cannot, it doesn't bend. It's always straight because it's generated through the computer, if I'm right.
Yes.
For people who are listening to us and would like to benefit from this, what's the process? What's the procedure? Customers who would want to have these Bosu Free promos as you guys are running, how do they get to be a part of it and how do they benefit?
You just have to contact DBS branches. You walk in and then we will go and take measurement of your building. Our professional estimators will do so.
Okay.
Then we convert the roof plan to monetary value. And that's where we're going to strike the 10% for you.
Okay.
But that's how you have to contact us.
What if people join you, at the 3-day fair, the Love FM, Insure FM, Habitat Fair? What if they come to the grounds? Would they also benefit from there? And aside from the Bosu Free promo they are running, what other benefits can, patrons get from you guys when they visit the fair?
Coming to the fair, you are enjoying the 10% Bosu Free. That's automatic. Then we are also giving additional 5%. When you come to the fair, we'll give you 5% discounted coupon, which you will take to anybody
who comes to the fair and visits your stand.
And patronize our products.
You're giving
all
a coupon.
Our products will give you 5% discount coupon.
So tell us much more aside from the trusses and the promo that you're running. What else is DBS into? Let's understand what you guys are into much better.
DBS is into
pavement blocks and curbs and also blocks for construction. We have 6 inches blocks, 5 inches blocks, and also road curbs for construction, road construction place.
Somebody will say that Ghana ding, but the person has a desire to do something, put up a house and stuff like that. Do you have payment plans where people can benefit from?
Sure.
Yes, please.
We do have. We have plans for salary workers. We have plans for anybody who is interested in building and even into trading. We will give you payment terms, agreed payment terms with guarantee. Sure. So they should come to our branches.
They should come to your branches. And talking about branches, where can we find your branches?
They should come to Dakojom in case they want the payment terms. They should come to Dakojom branch. And Kumasi, we have 4 branches. The mother branch at Kwamo, and then we have Chapatre. We also have Nkransa, where our supreme concrete product is located. And then we have Mamponting. We are at Sunyane near Mandela. We are at Tamale. And then Accra, our head office is at Sprinters Road. We are at Suppleman. We are at Shy Hills. DBS.
You're all over the place.
Over Ghana.
You're all over the place.
We roof all over Ghana.
So I'd like to say a big thank you to you, you fine ladies and this fine gentleman as well. Thanks for being a part of the sponsors. We'll meet on the 26th. In fact, before the 26th, we'll meet again and have some more conversation because I know this coming Friday, we have some mini, fair we'll be doing at the Focus of Love Night and Up and 5. We'll be doing that this coming Friday. So we'll be engaging some more. But give us a telephone number. Someone would like to call you right now. What telephone number can the person reach you guys on?
You can contact DBS on 050 600 41 41.
Please take it again.
050 600 41 41.
Semenewa o memfreo. Go to the offices, get to engage with them. You'll be glad you did, and of course, you do some purchases as well. So, thanks one more time for joining us in the studios of Love Nights and Up and 5. We have more to discuss and talk about before the fair itself on the 26th to the 28th of November. So, God bless you and enjoy the rest of the day. Now, we have with us other sponsors who are also going to be joining us shortly for more conversations. The next team joining me, they are from Dunamis Plast. I think I have Dunamis Plast with me. So, yes, sir, please grab a seat. Please grab a seat. And who else we have? We have... okay, so let me first of all engage with you. You're from Souvenir. Is this Souvenir Paints? Africa. Okay, so tell us a bit about Africa anyway.
Yeah. Africa is a one-stop shop when it comes to building. We sell so many brands, so many international brands. Yes, we have the best of tiles from Spain and Portugal, rack tiles from the UAE, from Spain, from Portugal. We have cabinets from Turkey, the best cabinets, from Turkey, very aesthetically designed, beautiful cabinets from Turkey for your bathrooms, for your washrooms, whatever, We have paints as well. We have chandeliers. If you want chandeliers for your living room, for your porches, we have all that. We have souvenir paints. It's all the things that we sell. Souvenir paints. We have different kind of lights, spotlights. Beautiful spotlights for your corridors. Again, whatever area of the house you want to put your spotlights. We have.
So you guys are the ones we need to contact when we're getting to the finishing end of the house.
Precisely.
Because when the structure is up, I want to put in all those beautiful tiles and the chandeliers and the spotlights and the garden lights.
Precisely.
And even the paint and everything. That is
Even
where Africa
water
comes
pumps,
in. Even water pumps. That's where you guys come in.
Everything.
Wow.
Everything. Yes.
Now,
it's
so
a one-stop shop, really.
Indeed, it is.
Yes.
How affordable are you guys?
Now, prices are very affordable. When people look at where we are located, we are at Ahunjo, on the Melcombe Road. They look at where we are located, the beauty of the shop and everything. They think, when you enter our shop, our prices are too much, but that's not it. We have our prices are very competitive.
Okay.
Our price.
Let's talk about quality.
Quality, excellent quality. Like I'm saying, international brands, Cludy Rack. Rack itself, we have Carrier air conditioners, LED vans, Osram lights. We have PPP pipes as well. So these are international brands that we sell.
And you don't compromise.
Hilti, even if you want power tools, we have Hilti. We have ABB electricals as well.
And you're going to be exhibiting all these at the Habitat Fair. Do you have any special packages for patrons who will be thronging the Kumasi City Mall?
Yes, we are coming up with something like that. I don't want to come up yet because we have not finished the packaging, but we are definitely planning something for the market. Yes.
And of course, when people come and engage with you, you have plans for them, even plans that go beyond the fair itself, where they can come and contact you and do stuff with you.
Definitely.
I wish I had spoken to you last week because I needed some paints. I've already gotten the paints. I wish I had seen you earlier. But
don't worry, we can paint over the one you done. It's not a problem.
Thanks. That's a good one. Dunamis Plus, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
How are you doing?
We are blessed.
Good to have you. So tell us about your organization, your company.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Dunamis Plus, we are known for Turkish security doors. When we talk about Turkish security doors, we are known for that. We import security doors from Turkey, straight out from Turkey. When you get to Turkey, the trade place for security doors, that is Kayseri. We import security doors from Kayseri. Sorry, and then we have the bulletproof doors. We have interior doors. That is the ones made with PVC and then wooden. It comes set with the frames and then keys and panels, everything set. And then when you come to, we have bedroom sets. Bedroom set. It comes with
so we're talking about the bed, the dressing, mirror,
wardrobe, and everything. High vanity, makeup tables for the ladies, and then everything is set for bedroom beautification.
Oftentimes when you go to bed and you are sleeping with one eye, open, or because you're scared, maybe it's a new sight. It's not because you're not, too confident about the kind of door you have. You heard him a while ago mention the bulletproof doors. These are doors when you fix them, and armed robbers even come and they're shooting through the doors, you're safe. That's the kind of doors we're talking about.
Sure.
And then the interior doors that he mentioned, they are fireproof as well. They can withstand fire for like 2 hours.
That is for the PVC interior doors. It can stand fire for 2 hours.
And you're also going to be at the fair. And for me, what excites me about the fair is that we're drawing you guys from the comfort of your shops to get to one place and exhibit what you have. And for people who will be patronizing the fair or being there as patrons, they want to have some packages. What does you guys, Dunamis Plus, what do you have for such patrons?
Okay, well, we have a good package for the customers and individuals who would like to visit the fair. We have a 5% discount package for
5% discount for every product you have on sale.
Sure. We have 5% discount for every product, including installation. We have that package for each and every customer.
So where can we find Duna Plus anyway?
Okay, you can find us in Kumasi Ahonjo, at Tinga Junction, the building before C0. We are right there. Okay. You can locate us there. And then Tan also, that is opposite Apatrapa Junction, the St. Joseph Catholic Cathedral. We are right opposite.
Okay. So thanks, guys, for joining us, and we'll get to meet again on the 26th, the 27th, and the 28th at the Kumasi City Mall. But before then, we have a mini exhibition that will be done at the Focus of Love 19.5, just to serve as a teaser. So we'll be expecting you guys to be a part of all that. But at this point in time, Erasmus join me again. Professor Haji, please join me. Nana Jantwa, we're ready to launch the 2021 edition of the Love FM Habitat Fair. And Prof, because you are the head of the settlement studies, I'd like you to take care of that one. Okay, so Maxwell is also with us. Maxwell is the deputy head of sales and marketing. And, comments reserved. Max, good afternoon.
How are you, David?
Good afternoon. Trust you're well.
I'm good. Yourself?
I'm good. Only I'm looking forward to this event, on the 26th, the 27th, and the 28th, because like Erasmus would always tell you, some of us have benefited immensely from the Habitat Fair. It's done so much for us, and we're grateful and thankful, for the Habitat Fair. Yeah, so we'll still be there. We'll see a few new things I would like to, grab and all that. So at this point in time, Prof, over to you as we launch the 2021 edition of the Love FM Habitat Fair. How would you want to put it? What would you want to say?
Yeah, thank you very much. So as you said, housing, as we are saying, is a lifelong issue for a family. And if you look at the Maslow's theory, everything is about housing. And it's also a mental issue if your housing condition is not good. This Habitat Fair is giving the opportunity where families can go as a group, go and view the housing, and be able to discuss their needs so that they make a choice that will determine the neighborhood and how they are going to live for the rest of their lives in comfort. And so on this day, we are calling everybody to be at the Habitat Fair, which is starting
on the 26th.
On the 26th
to 28th.
To 28th. And so, on behalf of Love FM and all the partners, Habitat, is it?
The Habitat Fair,
it is the Love Insure DBS Habitat Fair 2021.
Duly launched. Indeed, we are excited about it. Listen, each and every one of you who's doing the listening has something that you'll be benefiting from. Imagine that you've started putting up the house and you've gotten to a stage where you cannot continue anymore. There are some financial institutions who will be passing through. They are willing to help you complete your building, enjoy the facility, whilst they help you pay them in installments. So, where do baby come over and engage with them? You're done with the building like Nana Jantua. All you're looking for is the jacuzzis and the air conditioners and all that. Again, when you come, you have people who have all these things that they'll be exhibiting to support you and to help you. So be there at the Kumasi City Mall between the 26th and then the 28th, and let's do this together.
Before you end, see what I found.
What did you find?
DBS just offered to give me a nice package to roof my building.
Yes. which of them did you speak to?
I spoke to the gentleman.
What did I share the con here? And because it's live on the radio, only choice, I can't say you are penny. Only choice. That is true. Only choice, I can't say you are penny.
Oh, you just said it's true.
No, because what I shared the con.
No, it's not for me alone. It's a package that is running. So when you come to the
who's going to give him air conditioner? Who's going to give him air conditioner as well for the package? From you guys.
Dave, you know something?
Tell me, Nana.
Because of the Bosu free promo, I would encourage people, you can start doing the roofing before the foundation. One enjoy it.
Before we wrap up, we appreciate our partners. I call them partners. DBS, Africa and Dunamis and other media stakeholders. We appreciate it so much, and it's a partnership that we are planning to grow it year after year. We are trying to make it bigger and bigger every year. And we appreciate it so much.
And I'm also seeing some of you, your roofing is rusted. Some of you is getting rusted and all that. I've been speaking with DBS and they say that there's a package for you if you want to re-roof. So come over, I speak to DBS. You get your houses re-roofed. It's a fantastic. So the theme for the Love FM, Insure FM, DBS Habitat Fair is home ownership to buy or to build.
To buy or to build. I'm still thinking, whether to buy or to build. I'm still thinking.
Third house now, third house.
I'll go for build.
You think I'm sure?
Third house now.
The fifth one.
We're not joining the BBC for some news, but listen, don't forget to be here at the Forecast of Love 99.5 on Friday. That's Friday. And even when you join us on Friday for the mini exhibition, you still will get some discounts from all our partners as well. So we join the BBC now for some news, after which DJ Rubin will drive you home safely on Drive Time on Love. Good afternoon.
To put pressure on the West, and certainly as the